What's going on, Malakis? DNNCC3 here, and let's spend some quality time gaming with each other. And in today's video, Scoops, we're going to be doing some tips and tricks, and it's more of an efficiency guide more than anything else for the free-to-play player base out there. And yes, this works for beginners, intermediate, and advanced players. You know, those players that are already T4 as free-to-play and or getting there. But anyway, Scoops, let's go ahead and dive into the video, shall we? So the first thing I want to start off with is heroes. Heroes. Every time I've ever looked at pretty much anybody's account, their heroes are an absolute mess. And the number one thing you need to understand is that your heroes play a huge role on your account. Whether you're top end pay to play, low end, nothing actually, you're free to play. Your heroes mean a lot in this game. That's your Coliseum rank, your attacking power, your defending power, all of that good stuff relies a lot on your heroes essentially, okay? I know gear plays some parts, but that's besides the point, okay? So a couple things I want to say here is that if you are Coliseum bound, you absolutely need to get Rose Knight to gold as a main priority. As soon as you unlock her, you get the 3-star on the elite, you need to gold her. Spend all your sweeps and everything on Rose Knight. If you're attacking a lot or you're defending a lot, then you want to pick up Bomb and Goblin. This guy is absolutely amazing. 20% army attack for a ranged hero is definitely bueno. But if you're like me or most of the other players out there, you're just trying to build your account up. So you need to pick up a hero like Trickster. You need to gold him first before any other hero in the game. Then you need to pick up a hero like Sage of Storms because, you know, he's going to give you that construction boost. And then you'll pick up a hero like Scarlet Bolt. Why am I going in this particular order? Because Scarlet Bolt, you get later down the road. And for me, I'm all about being efficient. As you can notice here, I've only got 5 heroes that are actually leveled up and geared up, basically. As soon as I found a better replacement for Death Archer, I basically replaced her. And that's all I'm going to say about that, all right? The next part I want to go over is buildings, okay? It is a really, really big thing these days to be a hyper account, but you don't want to sell yourself short, okay? I would not recommend being a hyper account if you don't have a guild you can join that's willing to trade your resources and things like that, okay? If you're in one of those guilds, great. Hyper account, that's all I'm going to say about that. If you're like me, you're going to go with one infirmary and the rest of it's going to be manners because realistically, I am not looking to pick a bunch of fights with a bunch of people. Even if I was like a trillion might, I'm not really looking to do all that stuff right now. I played the game long enough that I kind of just want to farm, if that makes any sense. I mean, I don't know, call me a pleb or whatever. I really don't know. Anyways, but the other thing I want to mention here is that you do not want to min-max, essentially. Basically what I'm saying is you don't want to do what I'm kind of doing right now, which is minimize every single one of these buildings right here so they produce enough resources so you can get by, and then maximize all the buildings you have to in order to upgrade your castle level up constantly, okay? You don't want these buildings to fall too far behind one another because everything does end up costing a lot of resources, especially your research. It ends up costing 20, 30, 40, 50 million, 100 million gold for one research, okay? So you want to make sure that your buildings are kind of up to snuff, all right? That's another big thing I see wrong with a lot of different accounts. I see somebody that's C25, but all their inner buildings are like, you know, level 5, basically. I'm like, what? Nani? The other thing I want to mention here is that when you're researching, okay, you need to decide, are you going to be attacking? Are you going to be defending? Are you going to be farming like I am? You need to figure out what route you're going to take first, okay? So here's how it's going to go. If you're attacking, you absolutely need to maximize your military. Now, for me, I am farming, okay? I am only going to maximize my infantry right here, mainly because the Skirmish 7 and the Skirmish 8, you can beat with just all infantry, okay? I've done it on every single new account I've ever made, and it's never failed. I get like, you know, 40,000 gladiators, and I just basically run through the whole thing. And sure enough, it actually works, okay? I don't really care to unlock Sharpshooter or Reptilian Rider or even any of the T3s or any of that stuff, okay? If I have research to do, I suppose I can go to my military tree because I am a farmer, okay? I have identified that. So what I'm going to do is I'm always going to focus on my economy tab, okay? I need my construction speed to be max. I need my productions always to be max. And then I'm going to go over to my monster hunting tree and I'm going to max each one of these. Now, the important part when you're doing this is to maximize each one of these researches down by the tiers. So, just because I've got the survivals and the hunting recovery and the monster level 3, like that I can unlock and all that stuff, I'm just not going to, okay? Why? Well, mainly because I've got other research to do and that my academy will be higher level eventually. So all of these other researches will pretty much unlock yet again at level 14, which I should get there. You know, I don't know. We'll see how the research goes. But anyways, that's kind of where I'm getting at. Don't try to jump over on all your researches. And as a rule of thumb, I would really leave your defense tree alone and your upgraded defense. It's pretty darn useless. It truly, truly is. Something I would like to mention here, something worth of note, is that as a free-to-play player, you're basically going to be filling rallies, right? Or you're going to be making troops to do whatever the case is. Subsidies are your friends, okay? They are your friends. I would really recommend going the upgrade military tab first and maxing it out first before venturing off into the army leadership or the military command. Get one tab and just stick to it. That's all I'm going to say about that. But for me personally, because I am a farmer, I am not going to pay attention to anything in this upgraded military tab. I'm just really not. I mean, I don't care if I train troops faster because I'm not going to be training troops, if that makes any sense. I'm actually going to go to the army leadership here. I'm going to get the, where is it here? The max deposit. And I might go, I think that's about it, actually. I kind of want this max deposit to be max, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Military command, I'm going to go all the way down to the max gem deposit, and that's pretty much about it for research. And that's going to take a really long time, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to try to go over and above and whatever. The other thing I want to mention is the treasure trove, which I haven't unlocked just yet. That is super important, guys. It truly is. If you have the gems saved up, you need to maximize that building as soon as possible, because for not maximizing it, you're losing 5,000 gems every 30 days. So, you know, I used to get made fun of a lot back when I was first playing because I maximized my trove, but, you know, 9 to 10 months later, when all the peers that were making fun of me were laughing at me for it, basically, I was already up like 20,000 gems over all of those guys, okay? And with those gems, it helped me do a lot in the Colosseum and all that good stuff. I mean, times are a little harder now because everybody's spending all that, that moolah, basically. But it's whatever. The other thing I want to mention here, which is kind of a secret, is that your troops, okay? It is good to only shelter one troop, basically like one troop with your leader, and then just get attacked to fill up your infirmaries. And this is what I'm going to say about that, Scoobs. I'm going to tell you this, right? If your troops are in your infirmary, they're not eating your food, okay? So just remember that, all right? I've got one farm, and that's literally it. And if I had all of these troops that I had been sheltering, I would be in the hole negative food, essentially, okay? So if you're in the food, you know, business like I'm in right now, and you're still kind of clearing the skirmishes and stuff, let somebody attack you, basically, and wound all your troops to kind of fill up your infirmary, and then start stockpiling them into your shelter, then heal your infirmary, take out your shelter, and go past those skirmishes. That's all I'm going to say about that. It's been a trick I've used all the time, and it's helped me a lot on my rations. It truly has, because once I'm done with skirmish 7 and 8, I'm just going to dismiss all my troops except for one, because I don't have a purpose really for those troops. I really don't. They're not going to really help me out a whole lot. They're just not. You know, you can say for darkness rallies, all that stuff, but realistically, most people rally darkness, and it's always just pretty much T4 joining. So if you're not T4, you're not going to join them unless you join with one troop for the most part, okay? And aside from that, what to hyper farm, all of that good stuff. Look, Scoobs, that is entirely up to you. I know that food is a little bit harder to hyper because, well, realistically, people can't store it that need it. You know what I mean? They need a certain amount, and then that's it. So I picked ore on 2 of my accounts because ore, it's a little harder to produce. The buildings take longer to make. The ore trades for more, essentially. You know, that's what I'm going to say about that. It's the only reason I went ore. A lot of guys went wood and stone. It's all really good, but, you know, realistically, here are the 2 most important resources that you can make, actually, aside from gold. It is ore and wood. Stone is not necessarily one of the most important because a lot of players use infantry whenever they're doing stuff. But like I said, my next building basically is to get this watchtower up. Then I'll get I'm not going to get my castle level up just yet. I'm actually going to make all of these buildings down here, I think probably level 10. And then all of these buildings are right here, level 12, because research is getting expensive, man. It truly is. Like this one right here alone, I think was like 300,000 or something like that. Gold. Yeah, 359K. And so you can't save gold at this level. That's the only bad part. At C25, you can store all the gold you need to, but prior to that, it kind of sucks, okay? And so, yeah, if you're trying to do these skirmishes, the other thing I want to mention here about the skirmishes is that, yeah, once the wall is down, it's down. It doesn't heal. It doesn't, none of that stuff, okay? So when you attack a skirmish, even if you do bad, you know, you can still save up troops. You can go back at it. The wall doesn't heal. The troops don't heal or any of that stuff. So, in terms of like monster hunting and stuff, man, look, go out and just hit a monster. That's all I'm going to say about that. Hero chapters, I'm taking a huge pause on all of my hero chapters because literally I am only sweeping Trickster and Sage of Storms. That's it. When those two are like purple and or gold, I will get Scarlet Bolt up. And then I will go for my hyper resources like, you know, what's his name now? Oathkeeper and, you know, I don't know what the ore one is, but there's an ore hero here or there. But I'll get those heroes and I'll get those heroes to gold. As far as my talents go, look, it's all right side, man. Look, I got construction speed 1, 2 maxed out, you know, 1 and 2 maxed out. And then I come down here and then I'm actually going to pick up this gold production 3 first. And then I will pick up ore production, and then I'll just go down the line, right? I'll pick up the gold and the ore, the gold and the ore, and then I should have some points left over. And whatever I have left over, I mean, I suppose I can put it into the military tree. And I think what I'll do is I'll just go for like these training speed dummies, essentially, right? I will build those up first, essentially, but I'll only probably get level 1 and I'll max it out. Yeah, that's whatever though. But anyway, Scoobs, I know I was a little bit all over the place and this may or may not have helped out a lot of people. Let me know in the comments section. Did you find any kind of knowledge in this? Would you want more kinds of these videos? All that good stuff. But anyways, y'all know what I'm talking about though, right? Love, peace, and chicken grease. Be safe. Thanks for stopping by to spend some of yo Kuwait and yeah. I'm gonna say, Scoobs, stay classy. Oh, and I got a new mic. I got my whole setup. It looks really nice, and I like it. It adds a little boy. Makes me sound. Oh yeah. Let me get my pervy voice out for you guys. Yeah, I know you like it, baby. Yeah, I love you. Okay, bye bye.